It's that time again. It's time for another Saturday night special where we talk about everything rockhounding related. Well, the weather out here has been a little rough. And to be completely honest, it's getting me a little down. You know, we spend a good chunk of our time going places, doing things. And the last time we really went somewhere was Thanksgiving. And those videos will be coming, but yeah, it's been a little bit, and we're going a little stir crazy. Like much of the northern part of America, we're buried in snow, which is less than ideal, but I'm using the time wisely and working on some projects. I've been dialing down the rock collection, you know. I am of the belief that having more rocks isn't necessarily good, you know. I want stuff that is either going to get cut and polished and displayed, that I could gift to somebody, that's a specimen that I could learn something from, and really kind of categorize it in that way. Just kind of having rocks for the sake of having rocks doesn't do it for me. That's fine if that does it for you, but not for this guy here. So I've kind of been like really giving things a good hard look, and seeing what I want and don't want. It kind of got me thinking. Okay, so somebody gave me a we're going off the rails here. Somebody gave me a device, right, called a Raspberry Pi, and on this thing there's literally every single Atari game and every single Nintendo game that you can run, like all of them ever made. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, cool, there's 4,000 games or whatever it is. Now, go back to the 80s when I was a kid. If you were like, you can have this little device that'll fit in the palm of your hand, you're gonna have like 4,000 things and 4,000 games to play, my head would have exploded. But now here I am as a 40-year-old man, looking at them and be like, meh, I just want to play like one. And rocks are similar. Like, I don't want buckets and buckets and buckets of rocks, bins of stuff. I want like some nice things, some beautiful things to look at. You know, that's what does it for me. So kind of working on that, which is good, very good. I would highly recommend giving everything that you have a good hard look. Do you actually want it, you know? And I've been doing some work with the microscope, which I've been really enjoying having the microscope. The photography aspect of the microscope is amazing. And this here, which it doesn't look like much, this is the camera that I use with the microscope. So it's just it's that. I don't know. It doesn't mean a whole lot to me, but it's like a digital camera that sits on top of the microscope. And I've managed to take some really good photos with this. Hopes to have good specimens and a good microscope, of course. And I've absolutely loved it. Now, one of the things that I took photos of this past week was this. So this is a piece of quartz with, can't think of it, fluorite. Boom, yeah, that. So we'll roll those in here. I think the photos came out pretty nice. You know, so there's some problems with some clarity in some portions and stuff like that. I should probably work on some of the post-processing. But overall, very good. I do have an upgrade coming. So, Sarah, this is Sarah's camera, right? So she's got a Canon 70D here. So I'll be able to use this to take my photos with the microscope, which that's going to be, I hope, like total game changer. I'll be able to do a lot of more technical photo processing with the photos coming off of this than this. I'm not going to bore you guys with it, but it's certainly a step up, you know. But you can still do some great stuff, you know. this past week, my friend Frank, he posted up a video showing his kind of more budget-friendly microscope setup and some of the photos that he had taken, and it is very good. Like, I don't know how much he has into his setup, but I'll drop a link down below to his video. Go check it out. I thought it was quite good to see somebody looking at minerals with a microscope, just in general. Somebody doing the same thing I'm doing. I don't know many people doing it, so and that. But yeah, I mean, it's a whole wide world out there. This past week, we talked about, I put up a video talking about dressing sticks for blades, saw blade, lapidary blades. These things, right? Now, I've been putting a lot of time and energy into blades, and I actually have a lot, okay? So, let's see here. These aren't all of them, but these are all, each one of these has a blade in it, right? So, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blades right there. I have a bent 14-inch blade. I have the big blade on my slab saw. I have a used, a little rusty, 301 blade, a very highly abused inland blade, okay? I have a big MK301. I have an older Covington. Now, you might look at these and be like, oh, well, the rest, they're shot. We'll get into that here shortly. This older Covington, but you see, you can see somebody left this thing out, right? Now, why do I have these? Let's see, what is this? Whatever that brand is, I'm not familiar with that. So I got a lot of blades. The reason I have these is because I'm trying to determine what the best blade is. And I think the way a lot of people have quantified what makes for a good saw blade in the past is incorrect. People really have exclusively looked at how long from new to dull do you have? And they're like, that is the way you measure this. We now know that peening it does sharpen your blades, and it will extend the life of your blade exponentially. It's just a huge amount of life in a blade, right? We know that cutting a brick does nothing. We know that the dressing sticks effectively do nothing. But how else can you look at this? Because essentially, these companies, right, they're using all the same diamonds, right? Like, you can't really look at it and be like, well, one set of diamonds is, well, that's not a good one to look at, is it? One person's making better diamonds than the other. They're all basically coming from the same place, right? So here, we'll look at this thick-centered one because it's a good example. Okay, so you have really two things that will make a blade stand out. You have the core, this. How durable is this? Does this get deep gouges in it? Does the core wear away? I mean, to give you an idea, this had black paint, right? So as I'm cutting, paint does come off, right? Paint does come off of this. So how durable is the core? And then I guess you would call it a substrate. I don't know. The stuff that the diamonds is in, how durable is that? Okay? Because the diamonds are all basically the same, put out in almost the same quantities. So I'm kind of trying to figure that out so that I can finally, once for all, be like, this is the best bang for your buck, you know? Because you have things like the 301, where you got these like little teeth, you have the centered, you have notched. There is one blade that is on my bucket list to buy, and that would be the Highland Park agate eater with the replaceable teeth. So that's kind of on there on my to-do list for testing. But you know, it's I buy these things, so you know, I can only do what I can do, right? this coming week, I have a little something for everybody. So stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be pretty good. That video is going up on Wednesday, and I'm excited. It's been a big project that's been kind of in the works for a while. So if you're into lapidary, stay tuned for that, you know. And really, that's kind of what it comes down to for this Saturday night special. Probably keep this one a little short, everybody. It's just the weather's been a little rough on me, you know. Pretty much that. But I do have some good stuff coming, so stay tuned. And I hope my adapter for this shows up on Monday. The next week, we'll be able to do some side-by-side comparisons on the Saturday night special of the photos coming off of this Canon 70D and a affordable C-mount, I think that's what you call it, a C-mounted microscope camera, and we can look at them side by side and be like, how is it, you know, how does it stack up? So, as always, thank you so much for coming by, hanging out with me in the shop, talking about rocks. I got a lot of good stuff planned. Oh, real quick, before I forget, I can't believe I almost forgot this. On the website, new article, fresh article up there. Kyle, World of Rockhounds, published a excellent article on the website about polishing obsidian. Definitely go check that out. You know, show Kyle some Kyle some love over on his channel. He does a lot of great lapidary stuff, and I have some stuff coming too for polishing obsidian, which which is fun. All right, everybody, y'all take care, and I will catch you on the next video.